Hey, what it do, world? This is your boy Bonte83 for Successful Convicts and powering up. I'm powering up off that pre-workout on my way into the gym. As you see, you know, I just got through watching a video for one of my YouTube prison channel comrades, Big Lance off the yard, and I had to make something in response to it. You know, he's sending out a heartfelt message because it's a lot of clowning, a lot of buffoonery going on with the prison YouTube community. As far as these prison channels, you know, you got a lot of people on here, you know, that's made channels out of straight trolling. And you got a lot of those trolls who talk reckless. I mean, prison rules are in effect at all times, and the way some of these clowns talk will get their whole grill caved in. Like, all these will be gone, and you will have to get some serious dental work to get your teeth put back in, because not only would these be gone, but your gums will be probably crushed in too, like bent in, like, you know, like a car frame. When a car have a crash and the frame get all caved in, that's how somebody would do your grill for some of the stuff that some of these clowns say out their mouth, some of these internet trolls. And you know, time and time again, people talk about these trolls and how they talk. And, you know, I've seen a lot of disrespect, you know what I mean, to the point it's like breaking, because, you know, pride is built off of self-evaluation. And when you value yourself high, you don't let nobody tear that down. And, you know, being that this genre is the prison community, talking reckless, you know, is real detrimental when it comes to prison. You know what I mean? And a lot of these people, what they trying to do is, I know myself, Successful Convicts, whole purpose of my channel was to show people that after being convicted, that you can be successful. That's my whole purpose. And, you know, I've learned a long time ago that pretty much it ain't no new ideas. Everything is basically recreated and branched off of something else. So when I came up with this idea to start this channel, because I already had previous channels, I got my Bonte83 channel and I got a few other channels and stuff like that. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start a channel doing this. I looked into it. First person I came across was Big Hurt. Salute to Big Hurt, the OG of this. Big Hurt's been at it for 6+ years. Many videos. And, you know, as I started to get more into it, that's how I came across Big Lance off the yard. I came across many other people. Dubs. Dubs is another new one. I mean, not another new one. Another YouTuber from the prison community. And, you know, some of these guys, man, I wasn't in no hella hardcore prison. You know, any prison can be dangerous because you in a caged environment and you in a whole nother world. So you do stuff that's outside of your element. So just imagine them being one of those hardcore street people thrown into that environment. It could either make you even harder, it can make you softer, or, you know, you just be the same person you are. But long story short, some of these guys, like Big Hurt, he ain't no little guy. You know what I mean? If you see him on the street, let alone in prison, he ain't no person that you gonna be talking to. And I'm not talking to everybody. You know, some people want to talk reckless on the keyboard. He's not one of those guys that you would talk reckless to in person. You know what I mean? So me watching him, as I read, you know, I've been on his live streams before, and I see how the trolls hit with just, you know, just talking crazy and reckless, and he just ignore over it and stuff like that. I've seen Big Lance do it. You know, I've seen a lot of people. You know what I mean? I've seen Dubs humble himself, and, you know, man, that's really showing me a lot, because me personally, I'm pretty mellow. I got a big tolerance for stupidity and stuff like that, because I know a lot of people don't know. They haven't seen what I've seen. They don't know what I know. They don't go by the same rules I go by, stuff like that. So I take that into consideration. And, you know, even being in prison, you know, by me being in the prison camps, you know, when you're dealing with the prison camps, you're dealing with a lot of people with short time. You're dealing with a lot of people who never been to a high level where people got life and football numbers for time. So the environment is more tense and the respect level is at an all-time high, you know. So you got, you know, little dudes coming in there with, you know, they got 1-2 years and they call each other bitches and they playing with each other recklessly, you know. You don't do that at higher levels. When people got a lot of time, ain't no time for games. They trying to figure out a way out. They pissed off, you know, it's all kind of stuff. So, you know, you got different levels and the mentality level. So for me to see these guys who've been at that level humble themselves and just mull over the comments that I know in those type of environments, they would cave somebody whole grill in, teaches me that, you know, I got to be humble. But the whole moral to my video and the moral to my story is seeing people like Big Lance and Big Hurt and Dubs and many other people take these vicious comments from these suckers on the keyboard just putting out content just to try to get known. And now you got people making whole video channels doing the same thing. Man, it's crazy, man. And it's like, it's sad because these are guys that like inspire me, and to see them getting ready to throw the towel in just makes me even more angry again, because it pisses me off. Because to me, this ain't no community where it's like my channel got to be bigger than his, you know, I can't, you know, I'm trying to get more views. No, you providing good content, he providing good content, I'm providing good content. It's helping people. The whole point is to help people up out of this rut, being successful, you know what I'm saying, and coming up out of those prisons, because that's just a whole nother subject of how you get sucking into that. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, people want to hear the stories. You know, everybody think it's rough, and you know what I'm saying? I got prison stories on my channel, but my prison stories ain't all gory and stuff like that, because I'm not going to sit here and lie to y'all and Hollywood up my stories, because I ain't seen no stuff like that. I've seen people die in prison, but guess what they died from? Extreme natural causes. Because, again, prison ain't nowhere to be. The medical sucks. You would die in there. John Gotti, you know, the mob king, Don, or whatever you want to call him. You know how he died? He died in prison from throat cancer. You know how he died from throat cancer? Because they ignored his calls for help when his throat was hurting. They ignored it to the point that when he finally made it to the hospital, he had irreversible throat cancer. So yeah, you think that's cool? Huh? You think getting stabbed and hearing all these stories about how you got stabbed or hitting your head and these different fights and stuff like that, you think that's cool? Well, imagine sitting in your cell dying because you can't unlock the door to go get no help. But anyway, all I want to say is, you know, that's just a part that just really angers me. And just want to say, man, this is what we do it for, man. So you can go out here and go to the gym instead of having to wait for rec and go to rec and going to the gym and somebody got their shirt on the bench that you wanted to use. Shirt on the bench means I'm using it next. Bowl by the microwave means I'm using it next. Shower, bag, and towel and stuff by the sink next to the shower means I'm in line right here next. So if you want to live your life being next, go right ahead. Keep doing stupid shit and go to prison. You'll get your chance to be next. Waiting in line for chicken. Waiting in line for everything. That's why people that come out of prison are so relaxed and got patience. Because if you don't learn nothing else in prison, you're going to learn patience. Because guess what? You're always in line for something. You're always next. You know what I'm saying? Even when it comes to getting out, you see your homeboy getting out. Yeah, I'm getting out next. Next 5 years, next 10 years, next 5 days. Because guess what? They only let one inmate out at a time. Even if you get out the same day. You getting out at 1 hour, and he gonna get out like hours later or hours before. But they never let two people out at the same time. I didn't even know that. Somebody told me that. But yeah, true story. So yeah, man. I want this is for the suckers out there. And you may not know you're a sucker, but let me tell you something. If you like to type stuff that you know you wouldn't say to somebody's face, you a sucker. If you like to just stir up bullshit for make it, you know, thinking you're gonna get a laugh or get a rise out of somebody, and you know you wouldn't do it in their face, you a sucker. Or if you just like doing sucker shit, you a sucker. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how hard you is. I don't care what you got on your record. It's just like this, right? You can have an OG, well respected in the neighborhood. Catch a case, snitch, tell. Snitching is when you partake in a crime and you tell on other people that's partaking in the crime. To me, that's the true definition of snitching. If you gonna do the crime, do the time. But if you gonna do the crime and you don't want to do the time, you want to tell, that's snitching. You an OG, you do that shit, all that shit you did in the past don't even count. It's going out the window because you just broke the unwritten rule of keeping your mouth closed, doing the crime, doing your own time. So all your OG status is out the window. No longer counts. But yeah, I just had to throw this out, man. This is my rant. You know what I mean? Big Lance off the yard, man. Keep doing your thing, man. Big Hurt, you gonna do your thing. Dubs, shout out to you, Dubs. No, you do your thing. And a lot of other people too. I'm missing a lot of other names too, but those are the three that first come to my head, because these are three people who, looking at their record and what they did and how they conduct themselves now, you know, these are the role models of the prison community of how you should be. And it don't matter if you ride with them or you don't, you know what I'm saying? Because guess what? When you get in those prison joints, it ain't about liking a person or not liking a person. It's about respect. And a lot of you suckers out there is real disrespectful, man. Y'all disrespecting the whole prison community. And it's not fun, man. It's not fun when you walk into that mall and you run into Big Hurt and he know that's you that's been doing that keyboard typing, and you see the not so calm and cool Big Hurt come out. It's not so fun when you thinking it's cool and you dandy and you run into Big Lance off the yard in the mall somewhere and you didn't know he was gonna be there, and he tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, my man, can I holler at you? Ain't you such and such from YouTube to be making all them comments? Ain't gonna be fun. All right, this is your boy Bont83 for Successful Convicts. Be successful. Stay sucker free. And if you're a sucker, hey, it ain't too late to change your ways. Quit doing sucker shit. Peace.